This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for December 1st, 2022. It's currently November 3rd, 2022, 7:14 p.m. Eastern Time. It's an interesting start to the month. We have a halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through a key support level on a multi-day chart scale. But why I say it's interesting is because when we look at the 1 month overview for December, which guys, if you haven't done so already, you should sign up for a free newsletter on the website tarotfortraders.com. You get the S&P 500 1 month reading about 2 weeks ahead of everybody else, right to your email, and it's free. But in any case, we have the gain card for the first. What's interesting is that we don't see the gain card appear on the first, but we do see it appear on the last day of November, on the 30th. It's the last card, actually. Very last card. So in the post market, a bit of a move to the upside, correlating to this gain card here. Also important to point out, I have this ruin here advising delay, avoid risk. So like on the cusp, the end of the day here on the first, and early in the day on the second, I'm advised to avoid risk, i.e., don't open new positions, put more money in the market. So it's interesting because it's a gain card, and then we have this halting of that bullish trend. So probably overnight there's a move to the upside, and then we decline, probably from like so there's a resistance level in the midst of some volatility. There's a resistance level in the pre-market that offers kind of like a good mean point to open up puts and calls for like a straddle or strangle. It's a good price level to kind of use as a mean point. It looks like probably right around the open when volume and volatility kind of flatten out, and then we have a decline out of the open. Notable decline on a 1 day chart, marking an opportunity to open up a long position in the midst of that decline. It's interesting. This would be probably like a scalp trade or a very quick day trade, where we go from this decline opening a long position, and then we see these sideways fluctuations with the bullish trend preceding a decline. That we go from that notable decline into the sideways fluctuations, and as we rise, eventually a little bit like somewhere in the mid morning session, we hit key resistance, sideways fluctuations into key resistance, and then we break down with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down from that resistance level. And when we hit that resistance, that would be the point at which you'd want to get out of the long position, in my sense. There's another low, or a lower low probably later in the day. We have midday sideways rotation along a key support level on a 1 day chart, and a key opportunity in the midst of a decline into the end of the day. Interesting. Well, there's a decline into the last, like moving towards the last hour. So like from like roughly mid-session, like 1 o'clock ish to maybe 3 o'clock, and then there's some sort of behavior in the last hour that's intended to provoke impulsive decisions and make retail investors do the wrong thing. Usually, it's either, when you see the devil card, it's either like a really sharp decline to scare you, or it's some sort of like technical indicator that's like triggered falsely to lead you to believe something. But there's multiple false tops, it looks like, around the close, and then a prominent reversal in the post-market or overnight. But we see the following day we move higher through resistance, probably a higher high or the same high that we had today. We see on the second. When we move higher through resistance, we stay above that resistance level briefly, and then we come back down with a full retracement back down through that same price level, creating kind of like a capital A in the English language. That's the S&P 500. Oh, and the behavior on the high, we want to be opening up a position around the high, opening up protection around the high. So I would say probably best opportunity to do that. There's also a high at the end of the day. Yeah, I would say probably when you hit that resistance level in late morning session, when you hit that resistance level and start to break down with those consecutively lower spikes up on the way down, and then sell that position. Mid-afternoon session. Session. Mid-afternoon 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 session. Mid-afterno right? It looks like, or you maybe not sell that if you're looking to hold it over. Might make sense to hold it like for swing trade too. I'd say probably it's good for a day trade, but there is going to be like a prominent low or prominent trough that turns up around the end of the day on the second or on the fifth, possibly even the seventh. And that's the S&P 500 for December 1st, 2022, guys. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, make sure you follow that rule of karma, my friends. The channel needs you. The world needs you. And I mean, your soul needs you. So make sure you're spending that money out of love, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends.